innovative content, global audience.
Yes, it's June 12th today, the much awaited June 12th, our own Democracy Day. Now, a lot of people, there has been mixed feeling about this particular day. Talking about June 12th, democracy, a lot of people have diverse opinion about what democracy is and if at all there is truly democracy here in Nigeria. This is Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Princess KESSY. I have with me this morning on the show
Blessing AKAN.
How are you, Blessing?
Thank you.
How was your weekend?
Fine. How are you too?
I'm fine. We can't complain. The rain has been everywhere. Thank God for the sun today.
Yes.
So I'm going to be bringing in guests. Immediately, we have the newspaper reviews, a lot coming from the headlines of the national dailies. But I'm going to be bringing a guest. We're going to go our June 12th broadcast proper. But before then, we have some other pending issues we want to discuss on or talk about. But we have a lot of issues coming from the dailies. Of course, today is June 12th. What do you expect? Every daily is talking, every news is talking about the June 12th. And then I'm going to take just one paper and then we'll bring in our guest in between the reviews. I'm going to be bringing guests. That's the special thing I have for you this morning. I'm going to kickstart with Vanguard newspaper this morning. And these are some of the stories making waves. The major headline here says, use June 12th as lesson to drive Nigeria's development. Now, this is coming from Edwin Clark, IBB, Atiku, Obi, Ghana, others. And the rider says, Tinubu addresses the nation today. The second rider says, activists protest high cost of living. Meet at Abiola's Ikeja home. Nigeria should be crisis-free. This is coming from Clark this morning. Democracy in bondage in Nigeria. Incubates must stop influencing polls. And this is coming from Atiku this morning. Gains of June 12th can deepen our democracies, says IBB. Annulments, a tragic mistake. And this is coming from Jerry Ghana. These are all the major stories you have on the Vanguard. And all these stories can be seen on page 5 of the paper. We also have a story here that says, don't take democracy for granted, Tinubu warns. And that story is on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper as well. We'll have a story here that says fair transaction, banks, others trade blames as customers' agony persists on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says for subsidy, school owners groan, 6 federal government's assistance, and that story is on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says NMDPR accuses ExxonMobil of oil theft, and that story is on page 12 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says 10th Senate plot to stop Yari tickings as more senators back exhibition, and that story is on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. We also have a story here that says the shocking revolutions, talking about June 12th annulments. That story is on page 13 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Now, these are some of the stories we have making waves and coming from the Vanguard this morning. As expected, use June 12th as a lesson to drive Nigeria's development. Use June 12th as a lesson to drive Nigeria's development. This is coming from Edwin Clark, IBB, Atiku, Obi, Ghana, others. Yes, a lot. We'll hear a lot of things about MK Abiola today, about democracy. Thank God I have a lot of viewers. I have a lot of guests for you today. They will be coming in to talk to us about June 12th. But before that, like I did mention earlier, we're going to have our guest in between our reviews, and I'm going to bring in the first guest this morning. He's there's this major crisis we're having at Nasarawa State Assembly, where even their state is under key and lock. Yes, he's going to be giving us update. He's the deputy of SZLP candidate for 2023 election, so an elector as well. I'm going to go on a quick break now. When I return, I'm going to be talking with him. Let's go, and then we'll be back after this break.
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music, dance, and comedy. Also, there will be a comprehensive economic summit, exhibition of Nigerian organic agricultural produce, and a meritorious recognition performance awards to deserving Nigerians and industry icons. Nigeria Week will showcase Afrobeat A-list artists, Ice Praise, Terry G, Orishefemi, Oris Wileke, Konga, Bigiano, Nice Flow, Jet Play, and many more. Dates: 17th to 23rd July 2023. Time 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Venue: Lighthouse Theatre, 262 to 274 Camberwell Road, London, SE50A.
Okay, my people, it could not be better than this. The Nigerian Week in London 2023 got you covered to the extent that you can get a free ticket to the event. And this is all you need to do. Go to the Google Play Store and download TapTap app. Send as low as £1 to the account in Nigeria using SRTV as your transaction code. Screenshot your transaction and send to 447-459-513619 or email it to events@superiorradioandtelevision.com and the ticket will be sent to you ASAP. This is powered by SRTV London and TapTap Send. You already know what time it is. Your boy Ice Prince Amani. I can't wait to ride. Feeling the boy.
Okay, it's so exciting. The game's been dark, but I'm igniting. Positive.
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music, dance, and comedy. Also, there will be a comprehensive economic summit, exhibition of Nigerian organic agricultural produce, and a meritorious recognition performance awards to deserving Nigerians and industry icons. Nigeria Week will showcase Afrobeat.
Break, like I did promise, I was going to come with a guest this morning. I have with me this morning Monday, Sunday Apimiku. He is a lecturer, he is a politician, he is all in all, a research PhD fellow as well, Nasarawa State University. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, thanks for having me.
Yes, it's always a pleasure to have you, sir. Yes, sir, what is going on in your states? We know that you contested as well the past elections, so I know you are abreast with political issues in the states. What is going on? Talking about the issues of the little parts also here and there in your state house.
Yeah, the issue that is going on or rocking the Nasarawa State House of Assembly is the issue of the tussle of the speakership.
Okay.
Two factions, as we speak, emerged speaker in the House of Assembly and other principal officers.
Okay.
And so basically, one of the factions is led by Daniel Ogaogazi, while the other one is led by Balarede, who was the former speaker.
Okay.
So by the end of that assembly, another assembly came up after the election.
Okay.
And it was right for the House to have a new leadership which will steer the affairs of lawmaking in the state. And from the two ends, that of Ogaogazi approached the State Assembly because they were already divided along those lines.
Okay.
Yeah, so the both factions came to the assembly on the day of the election of the assembly, that is the assembly's leadership.
Okay.
So when they arrived there, there was an information that the House, that they would not be able to access the House on the ground that there's a security challenge. So the House gate was sealed. Now in the process, this faction of Ogazi didn't leave the premises. They were there. Then the other faction left the premises. Later, this other faction found their way into the assembly. There they conducted their elections. And came up with the leadership of the assembly.
Okay.
And the other faction too had the clerk of the house with them, and the faction of Balarabe had which had the clerk of the assembly with them. 11 in number in initial stage. So they had the maize of the assembly with them, and they conducted their elections elsewhere at the local government and chieftaincy, I think, affairs commission. So,
wow.
the other faction, earlier, and a different maize. Now they took in place of the clerk of the house, a level 8 officer, who is also a staff of the state assembly. So, now the argument clearly is that one had its election in the assembly. The one that had its election in the assembly had 13 members.
Okay.
Which they presumably said that they are a majority. While the other one said that they had the maize and the clerk of the house with them. So the question of who is right
And who is wrong?
Now certain people started asking questions. What exactly would have led to them not having the same election in the same house? Clearly, it's a question of leadership tussle. Now, the governor was on the news or on various television stations. I think one of them is Arise. There, he categorically stated that he is more comfortable with the man who has the 11. That is Balarabe, who was the former speaker of the last assembly. Are you with me?
Yes, I'm here. We can hear you, sir.
Okay. So, the governor made that statement categorically that he is more comfortable working with him as the speaker because they had a term or a tenure which was free of rancor, and it was a successful tenure for them.
Okay.
Now, on the other hand, the stakeholders also, from various stakeholders within the state who may not be members of the political party, but also because the two of them belong to the same political party, which is APC, and they are from the same senatorial zone or district. So, stakeholders from around the state said that the election that took place in the assembly should be upheld.
Okay.
To them, it is a legitimate election. Meanwhile, the governor has recognized the other faction and is willing to work with them.
So, as of today, sir, as we speak now, what is the situation, the current situation? Do we now have one, another is letting go, or they are willing to work with the one that we have, or they are still headlocked with each other?
The rift is still on.
Okay.
They have not come to a resolvable point.
Okay.
The rift is still on. Since there are still voices, discordant voices coming from both sides or both ends, you know, people throwing their supports behind either of the two. Of course, all of them have been in the assembly. They have their followers. Until today, they are still on. But, you know, not later after that incident, that is the incident of the election, the other the other side, which is led by the speaker, the former speaker, has lost a candidate or a member to this other camp. Now their number has
increased. That is politics, if you ask me. The more you look, the less you see.
So, but you see the implication of this to the national state citizens or indigenous is that they are the process of making law is being stopped as the assembly has not resumed sessions. So until the leadership issue is being resolved, they may not be sitting for some time.
Sitting for some time.
So this is this is affecting what is really happening, because those who conducted the election in the assembly had another mace taken from the local government. So there are accusations and petitions here and there, and then there are also suspensions and counter suspensions. So while these other ones declared the other faction, which is the Balarabe faction, suspended from the activities of the assembly, the other faction also has drawn the same, suspending these other ones.
This other one.
So as it were, yes, which is the Ogazis led assembly. Well, let me say.
So, sir, what do we do to avoid such things? Because you did mention that you talked about the implication. As of today, now the assembly state house is still, the assembly is still locked on the key, right? And we know that the security agency had to lock the place. Now, what do you think we do to avoid such things? Because it is not the people, it's a case of when two elephants fight, the grass suffers.
Yeah, of course. At this point in time, the two factions have to leave politics aside and face the reality. And what is the reality? Firstly, they were elected into the State House of Assembly to provide leadership, to provide laws that will enable the smooth running of the state. So they should look at the statutory function that they have been given or empowered by the Constitution or by the law, instead of looking at pecuniary issues, which may not be the main thing that was the main reason why they were elected. So if they look at it from that standpoint, I believe that they will come to a common ground and have the issues resolved. Now, even this will also affect, or is affecting rather, the running of the state, because the governor cannot run the state
alone
without law being enacted from the state assembly.
That is right.
So it is important that they look inward and look at these masses which they represent in the house and focus on that, other than fighting for the leadership, which any of them I feel is qualified. None of them is not qualified.
Okay.
By character, by the fact that they were all voted in, they are all qualified. But I understand the grievances from the other end, which is from the end of the former speaker. He is feeling, because he is feeling that if he is not the leader, he will not be happy, because he came in the first time he was voted in, or he was elected in, he was elected the Speaker of the House. He was Speaker for 2 terms, for 2 tenures.
That is 8 years.
I know that he will not just want to accept to be on the floor as either a chairman of a committee or as a member.
But sir, let's take a study from the case of David Mark. He was once the Senate president, and then later he became just a senator at the floor, just a member. So if this said speaker you talk about, are they supposed to be speaker for the rest of their life? At some point they still have to leave for others to take that seat.
That is a question of understanding democracy and leadership. When you talk about democracy, it's not a question of myself, me, I, and all that. It's a question of collectivity. It's a game of number. It's a game of the majority. It's a game of openness. It's a game of conceding and accepting defeat. It's a game of also accepting victory. When it comes your way, you accept it. When it doesn't, you go with what is available. Now, in the best interest of the indigenes of the state or of the populace of Nasarawa State, it is important, like I said, that they look beyond who becomes the leader. Who becomes the leader or who is the leader does not really supersede the interest of the entire citizenry or the entire populace. Because it is the reason why they were elected, like I said, was to make laws.
That is right.
For the smooth running of the state.
Of the states.
So the other faction also, I understand they are insisting because they feel they are in the majority. Now the question of majority, if the interpretations that lawyers and other Democrats will give is on the ground of number, then I feel that Yogazi's led a faction should be it.
Should
but
be
if
it.
there are other laws they will look at, or if there are other requirements or prerequisites they must consider in that, maybe like you holding the election it must be within the assembly, or that you are holding an election and that the clerk, who happens to be the next man after that assembly has been dissolved, with the power to inaugurate the elected speaker and the other principal officers who hold the speaker, so that the speaker will now inaugurate the other members of the assembly and then other committees of the assembly. If that is the question, then I think there has to be a careful look at both ends to see how this matter will best resolve in the best interest of the people.
Well, you've said so much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Politicians, going further, I want to say that politicians should look beyond what they will gain in positions. They are elected not because they are better than other chunk of masses who are out there. There are people who have the intellectual capacity and the sagacity to even run the assembly better than
them.
The assembly at the point. But they have the opportunity by divine providence and the electoral power of the electorates to accept such positions. So by the time politicians or those who are elected into public offices think towards this direction, I think
yes, we're having network issues, but that was just the concluding. Yes, sir. We can hear you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you see, the democracy is a government of the people, for the people, and by the people.
Yes, and thank God today is Democracy Day, a good one. I'm going to have you on that show as well, so we discuss issues as issue bothering on us. Do we really are we supposed to be practicing this system of government? Is it favorable to us? These are some of the questions that will make the next segment of our show today. But because of time, Mr. Monday Abimaku, we have to let you go this morning, but I'm going to bring you back very soon on the next show. Thank you so very much. We do hope that the power tussles issues here and there in the state house of Nasarawa State will be resolved as quickly as possible for the interest of the masses, not political interest, but the people of the states.
That is our best prayer.
Thank you so much, sir, for being on the show this morning with us. We appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, viewers, I've been speaking with Comrade Monday Abimoko Sunday. He is a research fellow and a public commentator and the former deputy governorship candidate for ZLP party. 2023 elections in Nasarawa State. He's also a lecturer. He's all and all. That is why I brought him on the show this morning, where we appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Yes, that was Mr. Monday Abimak, all the way from Nasarawa State. You know, he part also here and there. We have a lot of issues going on in that state house. I don't know what's going on, but up till now, the place is still on the lock and key. So we really do hope that these politicians, like Indeed mentioned, it's not, they should leave interest of me. You can't be speaker for the rest of your life. At some point, somebody else will have to take that seat. And that is just how life is. Nothing is permanent or constant in life. Anyway, viewers, we'll go on a quick break now. When we return, I'll be coming back We'll take some of the reviews and then I'll bring another guest this morning. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music, dance, and comedy. Also, there will be a comprehensive economic summit, exhibition of Nigerian organic agricultural produce, and a meritorious recognition performance awards to deserving Nigerians and industry icons. Nigeria Week will showcase Afrobeat A-list artists, Ice Prince, Terry G, Orishefemi, Oris Wiliki, Konga, Bigiano, Nice Flow, Jetplay, and many more. Dates 17th to 23rd July 2023. Time 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Venue Lighthouse Theatre, 262 to 274 Camberwell Road, London SE50AY. Tickets available on Eventbrite at www.eventbrite.com/Nigeria Week or numbers below. For more details, visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week, produced by SRTV in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Information and
Okay, my people, it cannot be better than this. The Nigerian Week in London 2023 got you covered to the extent that you can get a free ticket to the event. And this is all you need to do. Go to the Google Play Store and download TapTap app. Send as low as £1 to the account in Nigeria using SRTV as your transaction code. Screenshot your transaction and send to 447-459-513619 or email it to event@superiorradioandtelevision.com and the ticket will be sent to you ASAP. This is powered by SRTV London and TapTap Send. You already know what time it is. Your boy Ice Prince Amani. I can't wait to ride
Okay, it's so exciting. The game's been dark, but I'm igniting.
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music.
That quick break. Yes, this is June 12th. We are happy it's Democracy Day. You know, something about June 12th, you know, the holiday, a lot of history. I love the history part. Things you don't know before now, you get to hear a lot of stories, a lot of history, especially talking about our great people, MK Abiola and some other politicians, and it's a very good one. You hear a lot of politicians, a lot of elder statesmen talking about a particular person in a very relieving, or will I say, in fact, sometimes when I, like today, when I saw some of the headlines, I was just so happy. The question boils down to, what legacy will you leave behind? Will people talk to you like this? These are some of the questions of the day. Anyway, we move on with the reviews this morning, and we're going to continue with
The Guardian newspaper. And our head news here is 30 years after pro-democracy activists remind Tinubu of June 12 ideas. That story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. We have another story here. 60 years after, reality of United Africa hampered by xenophobia, says reports. That story is on page 2. June 12th, Tinubu, admirers and critics. News analyst, page 4. Nigeria's democracy, imperfect, but has scored gains, says EU. That story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. We have another story here which says, daunting expectations from Shunubi as CBN house cleaning begins. That story is on page 8. We have another story here. Bureaucracy, shoddy preparations for Nigerian air certification in stage 1. That story is on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. And that is what we have here on the front page of the Guardian newspaper.
Yes, so over the weekend we saw the suspension of Emefiele, the CBN governor, and there's been mixed reaction, a lot of feelings here and there. And there's a story here that I really that caught my attention. DSS lack power to investigate, prosecute Emefiele, says Falana. Again, Falana. I don't know what to say, but when I see that son, I have goosebumps. I don't know why. There's something about him. Anyway, that story is a developing story, and a lot of people actually, I followed that trend over the weekend. You know, a lot of people were actually applauding the president for whatever reasons, I don't know, but a lot of people are applauding him. Job well done, Mr. President. He should go out. And then we saw a story here that also say that Nigerians democracy imperfect but has scored gain, says EU, the European Union. Yes, we cannot count our losses without still appreciating what we have, how far we have come as a people. And then we have said a lot of people have different opinion about today. Like I did say that today is about history, and that's something that interests me about June 12. Things you don't know before you get to find out. Hearing from our elder statesmen, not just news, but you hear from their mouth. These are some of the stories trending today. And we'll move on quickly to the next newspaper we have this morning. That will be the Daily Trust. And the main headline here says Democracy Day. Bear with me on subsidy removal, Tinubu tells Nigerians. And the rider says promises investments in power, transportation, healthcare, orders. The other rider says pays tribute to Abiola Yaradua, orders. Use gains to deepen Nigeria's democracy. IBB Atiku will be react. Now, all these stories are on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says Speakership, Batari Gadi stepped down for APC's Abbas. That story is on page 14 of the Daily Trust newspaper as well. We'll have a story here that says Kano government resumes demolition of illegal structures. And that story is on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. We also have a story here that says subsidy removal, road transportation cost competent with road transportation's cost competes with airfares. Okay, I understand now. So subsidy removal, road transportation cost competes with airfares. That means the amount you're paying going by road is almost the same thing as flying. So it's better you fly. And these are some of the stories we have this morning coming from the Daily Trust. I actually love the story here that says, like I did mention earlier, when you see people, the statement talking about a particular person in a very positive way, in a very positive manner, that is the thing I did say I love about the whole June 12th, the history, the things we don't get, with things you didn't know, you get to know them today. A lot of things and a lot of people we've been seeing, IBB, Atiku, Edwin Clark, a lot of elder statesmen coming to say one thing or the other, and you get to learn a lot today. And of course, we also saw a story here that says Tinubu, bear with me on subsidy removal. Mr. President, how can we bear with you now? This thing is so...
I'm feeling the pain.
I don't think Nigerians will understand this bear with me, because people are going through a lot, and it will be difficult for us as a people if we continue like this. Like a lot of people are already working from home. You could see today being June 12th, I bet Nigeria was so happy. You could hardly see a soul outside, not even a car. You drive for a long time without seeing any car. So this shows that people are really not buying this idea of subsidy removal. But anyway, the president said we should bear with him. Promises investment in power, transportation, healthcare, and others. We'll see how that go, and pays tribute to Abiola and Yaradua. And then I saw a story here that said Batari Gadi stepped down for Abbas, APC's Abbas. This is the way it should be. At some point after the tussle, somebody should understand, and somebody should the interest should be the people you govern, not your personal interest. And we see that Kano governor is still on demolition. Anyway, we know what has been happening there. I'm going to bring a guest very soon, but today is about June 12th, and so we focus on democracy. And as well, subsidy removal, since we now have transportation costs now compete with airfare. It's better people start flying. Use the opportunity to fly, to experience that.
They can't
because
afford the road transportation.
But it's already in competition. That means it's closed. I'm telling you, before now, going to my state, it should be like 18, 17. And now if we are talking about 30, why not just add money and fly? It's simple. 1 hour, 45 minutes max, you're in your destination. So it's better for everybody, and everybody is at peace. Anyway, viewers, we'll go on a quick break now. When I return, I'll be coming back with my second guest for today. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music, dance, and comedy. Also, there will be a comprehensive economic summit, exhibition of Nigerian organic agricultural produce, and a meritorious recognition performance awards to deserving Nigerians and industry icons. Nigeria Week will showcase Afrobeat A-list artists, Ice Praise, Terry G, Orishefemi, Oris Wiliki, Konga, Bigiano, Nice Flow, Jet Play, and many more. Dates, 17th to 23rd July 2023. Time 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Venue, Lighthouse Theatre, 262 to 274 Camberwell Road, London SE50AY. Tickets available on Eventbrite at www.eventbrite.com/Nigeria Week or numbers below. For more details, visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week, produced by SRTV in partnership with the Federal Ministry of
Okay, my people, it could not be better than this. The Nigerian Week in London 2023 got you covered to the extent that you can get a free ticket to the event. And this is all you need to do. Go to the Google Play Store and download TapTap app. Send as low as £1 to the account in Nigeria using SRTV as your transaction code. Screenshot your transaction and send to 447-459-513619 or email it to events@superiorradioandtelevision.com and the ticket will be sent to you ASAP. This is powered by SRTV London and TapTap Send. You already know what time it is. Your boy Ice Prince Amani. I can't wait to ride this.
Feeling the boy. Okay, it's so exciting. The game's been dark, but I'm igniting. Positive flow, I'm so attracted.
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music, dance, and comedy. Also, there will be a comprehensive economic summit, exhibition of Nigerian organic agricultural produce, and a meritorious recognition performance awards to deserving Nigerians and industry icons. Nigeria Week will showcase Afrobeat A-list artists, Ice Praise, Terry G, Orishefemi, Oris Wiliki, Konga, Bigiano, Nice Flow, Jet Play, and many more. Dates, 17th to 23rd July 2023. Time 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Venue, Lighthouse Theatre, 262 to 274 Camberwell Road, London SE50AY. Tickets available on Eventbrite at www.eventbrite.com/Nigeria Week or numbers below. For more details, visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week, produced by SRTV in partnership with the
Okay, my people, it could not be better than this. The Nigerian Week in London 2023 got you covered to the extent that you can get a free ticket to the event. And this is all you need to do. Go to the Google Play Store and download TapTap app. Send as low as £1 to the account in Nigeria using SRTV as your transaction code. Screenshot your transaction and send to 447-459-513619 or email it to events@superiorradioandtelevision.com and the ticket will be sent to you ASAP. This is powered by SRTV London and TapTap Send. You already know what time it is. Your boy Ice Prince Amani. I can't wait to ride this.
Feeling the boy. Okay, it's so exciting. The game's been dark, but I'm igniting.
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music, dance, and comedy. Also, there will be a comprehensive economic summit, exhibition of Nigerian organic agricultural produce, and a meritorious recognition performance awards to deserving Nigerians and industry icons. Nigeria Week will showcase Afrobeat A-list artists, Ice Praise, Terry G, Orishefemi, Oris Wileke, Konga, Bigiano, Nice Flow, Jetplay, and many more. Dates, 17th to 23rd July 2023. Time 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Venue, Lighthouse Theatre, 262 to 274 Camberwell Road, London SE50AY. Tickets available on Eventbrite at www.eventbrite.com/Nigeria Week or numbers below. For more details, visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week, produced by SR TV in partnership with the Federal.
Okay, my people, it cannot be better than this.
Come back from that quick break. This is Wake Up Nigeria. We're still on the newspaper reviews with we've been having guests discussing on different issues, topical issues bordering on us as a people, as a nation. And of course, today is Democracy Day. You know what that means. June 12th, the popular June 12th. Today, you get to find out a lot of things you don't know about June 12th. People just hear it's June 12th. Nigerians are more interested as the fact that it's public holiday. I'm not going to work. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to rest. But we are going to find out today the significance of today. Why are we marking this day a Democracy Day, June 12th? What are the things, the stories revolving or surrounding June 12th? Anyway, we'll continue with the reviews this morning, and I'm going to start with kickstart this morning with the next newspaper we have is
Daily Trust.
No, it's let's go to Nigerian Tribune.
Okay. Yes, we have here, your sacrifice shall not be in vain. Tinubu tells Nigerians in First Brokers. And the writer says Abiola, Kudurat, Rawain, Yaradua's silence for democracy by military junta.
Okay, hold that thought, blessing. We do have our second guest right now. He's the one calling us. Let's see if we can connect to him. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Nice to have you here with us. You're live on the show.
Oh, thank you. I'm pleased to have you too.
Yes, sir. So it's June 12th. How do you feel today? Anyway, sir, hold that thought, sir. Viewers, I'm live with Dr. Abdullahi Bashri Idris of the Department of Sociology and Deputy Director, Quality Assurance and Servicom, Office of the Vice Chancellor, Nasarawa State University. Good morning, Doctor. Nice to have you with us.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning,
Yeah. Yes, sir. So today is Democracy Day. How do you feel about today, Doctor?
Actually, as an academic and a scholar, I feel that today is a historic day, and that is one of the most wonderful days that Nigerians should, as much as possible,
a little bit of network issues, Doctor. We can barely hear you.
See how okay, can you hear me now?
It's not very clear. It's just breaking. Okay, go ahead, sir.
So what about now?
Yeah.
Except June 12th is a democracy day, and that as an academic and also an analyst that had to do with societal issues, I believe that today is historic. Today is a day that most Nigerians should see to it as a day that will try as much as possible to reintegrate Nigeria and then to bring about social cohesion. Looking at the antecedent of the June 12th and also how the former President Muhammadu Buhari was able to make this day, Democracy Day, June 12th. Okay?
Now, Doctor, as a scholar, right?
Yes.
What is your definition of democracy? And do you think a system like us, we should be practicing democracy? Do you think we truly have democracy as Nigeria?
Yes. Democracy has been defined by Lincoln as as a process. It's a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And that sociologically, if you look at that definition, it entails the government that represent the people, that the people choose to represent them, and then have firm belief that their representation will adequately bring about social justice, equity, and as well transparency and nation building. And for me, Nigeria has transformed politically as a result of democracy.
Okay.
Democracy, if you look at from 1992, 1999, 2003, 2007, 2011, to this day, you could see that the process, in spite of the fact that many have accused the process of not being fair, but democracy is only the process that guarantees equal representation by all men in the society. By democracy, every individual has a right who is found to be eligible within the age to be voted for and will be able to vote. So for me, democracy has come to this country and has done very well, and there is nothing I could see that democracy has done, in spite of the fact that in any developmental strides, democracy included, you could find out you could find discrepancies through the process, because the democracy has a process that entails political participation, and then towards voting process and the rest. In all these processes, you could see that some of these processes have been truncated by some few elites, of which academically I don't want to go into academics to tell you how classes were formed over time, or to tell you the perspective of some of these scholars. But we are in the Nigerian context here, and looking at the Nigerian situation, this democracy has really helped. It has brought the grassroots governance into the limelight, and then that it was able to make Nigerians believe that in the nearest future, Nigeria will compete with world-class democracy.
Yeah, so, but you didn't talk about democracy being when people are eligible, they can be when they are free to vote or to be voted for. Now, a lot of people feel like a country like Nigeria, some people have described Nigeria's democracy, which you so uphold right now, as a system which is against, we don't have rule of law. Now, how would you describe this? A lot of people tell you there is no rule of law. People just trampled upon the law and they get away with it. This a lot of people have described as a charm, as a disgraceful, as we celebrate Democracy Day today.
Okay. Please permit me to go academical, just philosophical.
Go ahead, sir.
Yes. You see, in any democracy which permits equal representation, as I said earlier, there is what we call oligarchy inside democracy.
Okay.
And how do we form this oligarchy? It's because
okay, network issues, I guess.
Democratic process permits formation of classes or class on how to get power, because all the process is all about influence and political power. There must be a class conscience unconsciousness by one particular class and the other class, and who do or the better class that has the better resources to compete in terms of campaigning, in terms of even material benefit given to the electorate to vote for them, probably because people now see viable in Nigeria as it is today. People look at how viable you are when it comes to money. But until when the past government, Buhari's administration, had touched the mind of the people to see that money cannot now buy election or make somebody in governance. But the process that I'm trying to let you know is that there is class formation, and that this elite thing that you see everywhere, it is there, and that whether we like it or not, for me, it is just the way that the democracy is being truncated by a particular class. This class of elite, yes. This class of elite. But mind you, before the past president, the just immediate past president, you could see this election that brought Tinubu. I will tell you, practically, I will tell you that without any fear and without prejudice, I will tell you that in my locality, in Nasarawa State and in KESSY, people really voted and could not even see money. There was no money, and people voted their choice. It is their mindset.
So to you, Doctor, the 2023 election was free and fair.
For me, in where I casted my vote and where I have gone around, because I monitor the process.
Okay.
And I have seen that the process here has been classified.
Was transparent.
Me and some few years as free, fair, transparent. And in spite of the fact that I cannot debunk the point where people could say that it has been truncated, it has been that, it has been that. But whether we like it or not, even the formation that brought about the Tinubu's government now is a class. Everything we do democratically or not democratically is class. But our lifestyle, our place of work, in everything we do in our bureaucratic organizations, there is the existence of an informal group within the formal group, and this informal group is what is classified as class. And this class have their interests, and you protect their interests in either way. But why I also reiterating that these ways that they used to do before, to use money, to use story and the rest, now it has been blocked.
A thing of the past.
Process.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, sir, just hold some other thoughts you have, because we're going to bring you back on the show during the June 12th special broadcast that will be happening shortly after this program. So I'm going to call you again. Hold your thoughts. We have a lot to discuss about democracy today, the involvement of democracy, and a lot, the history and all that there is to June 12th. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning, sir. We appreciate your time. Thank you. I know how busy you are, but thank you for making that time to speak with us this morning. Viewers have been on call with Dr. Abdullahi Bashi Idris, Department of Sociology and Deputy Director, Quality Assurance and Servicom, Office of the Vice Chancellor, Nasarawa State University. Well, thank you so very much, Doctor.
Thank you so much. I'm pleased to be with you.
To have a lovely morning. Good morning, sir. Yes, our viewers, we have a lot of issues. I told you today is the day. We have a lot of people, a lot of issues pending, and we're still on Wake Up Nigeria. I don't think we started the broadcast already. We're still going to come back with that broadcast, but we'll take a few more reviews from the national dailies, then we'll go off and come back with that special broadcast. I'm going to kickstart, but before then, we'll go on a quick break now. When we return, we'll continue with the reviews. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music, dance, and comedy. Also, there will be a comprehensive economic summit, exhibition of Nigerian organic agricultural produce, and a meritorious recognition performance awards to deserving Nigerians and industry icons. Nigeria Week will showcase Afrobeat A-list artists, Ice Praise, Terry G, Orishefemi, Oris Wileke, Konga, Bigiano, Nice Flow, Jetplay, and many more. Dates: 17th to 23rd July 2023. Time 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Venue: Lighthouse Theatre, 262 to 274 Camberwell Road, London SE50AY. Tickets available on Eventbrite at www.eventbrite.com/Nigeria Week or numbers below. For more details, visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com. Nigeria Week, produced by SRTV in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Nigeria Film Corporation, and lots more. Don't be too.
Okay, my people, it could not be better than this. The Nigerian Week in London 2023 got you covered to the extent.
Are still on the show Wake Up Nigeria, and we are still on our newspaper review.
Yes, and I'm going to continue with the leadership. And some of the headlines here says Democracy Day, Tinubu seeks sacrifice as cause for good governance heightened. And the rider says democracy in bondage, says Atiku. I disagree, but Amila replies. Nedako wants Erify panel report implemented. Nigeria has made progress in the last 30 years. EU declares. Now, all the stories are on page 4 of the Leadership newspaper. We also have a story here that says 10th NAS at Babio faces Yari Tuesday. Coast clear for Abbas. Now, that story is on page 7 of the Leadership newspaper as well. We have a story here that says Serap sues FG over missing $2.1 billion, 1.3 trillion naira subsidy payments. Wow. So somebody is suing federal government. We'll see how that go. Yes. And then there's another story here that says 10 die in Ondo boats road mishaps. So sorry, that is sad. That story is on page 6 of the Leadership newspaper. As well, we have a story here that says police arrest bandits logistics supplier in Abuja on page 16 of the Leadership newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says NAF personnel found dead in Lagos apartment. That is NAF personnel found dead in Lagos apartment. Sad. That story is on page 6 of the Leadership newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says 3 billion spent on Nigerian Air. This is coming from Siraka, and you know this story is still developing. We saw throughout last week a lot of people calling for his arrest. That whole launching was a scam. Now he's telling us that he spent 3 billion naira on Nigerian Air. We saw another story here that says Trump slumps in this indictment charges at campaign trial, and that story is on page 37 of the Leadership newspaper. Now these are all the stories we have coming from Leadership this morning. A lot of story here. Democracy in bondage, says Atiku, and Amila replied that I disagree. That is what we're going to be. We'll see more of that today. People tackling each other. This is Democracy Day. What do you expect? What is good for you might not be good for another person. These are some of the issues. And I saw a story here. Serap sues federal government over $2.1 billion, 1.3 trillion naira subsidy payments. Okay, maybe just that. Maybe this is the reason the new president had to take subsidy off.
Yes.
Because if we're owing this much, we are not able to pay back. So why do we keep owing?
Where will you get the money to keep paying?
And they keep owing. Anyway, we'll move on quickly to the other newspaper we have this morning.
Nigerian Tribune, and we have some of the news here. Your sacrifice shall not be in vain, Tinubu tells Nigeria in first broadcast. And the writer says Abiola, Kudurat, Rawain, Yar'Adua's silence for democracy by military junta. IBB, Nadeko Atiku speak on June 12 annulment 30 years after. That story is on page 24 and 26 of the Nigerian Tribune. We have another story here. Race for speakership. Batara Gadji stepped down for Abbas Kalu. And the writer said, Wase, Jaji, Marian yet to make position known. That story is on page 25 on the Nigerian Tribune. And that is what we have here on the front page of Nigerian Tribune.
Okay, we'll move on quickly to the Punch newspaper. Now, these are some of the headlines we have coming from the Punch. Democracy Day, Tinubu hails MKO Abiola promises to ease subsidy removal pains. Another story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. As well, we have a story here that says DSS seizes Emefiole's passport, plans home office search. That story is on page 9 of the Punch newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says Presidency backs Christian Senate President Batare Gagdi step down. That story is on page 2. We also have over 56 billion lost to oil theft subsidy advisory panel on page 4 of the Punch newspaper. Now, these are some of the stories we have coming from the Punch, and the main headline here says also that court stops EFCC, ICPC, DSS from arresting Yari. Administration shall consult and dialogue but not dictate. Nigerian will be impartially governed according to the constitution and the rule of law. And that was my question I did through to the doctor just a while ago. Is there a rule of law here in the country? A country where a lot of people feel like the institutions are not working. Yes, I love the fact that there's something I love about this president. He's always talking about the rule of law, the rule of law. That means he actually has a law in the heart that, okay, there are laws, we should follow the laws. Yes. We move on quickly to the next newspaper. I'm going to be taking The Nation just before we wrap up the review session. And this is the main headline here that says June 12th, why we must defend our democracy by Tinubu. And now the writer says, expect better deal from judiciary reform. Expect better deal from me. Judiciary reform has started. Abiola's sacrifice shall not be in vain. This is coming from the president this morning, and that is quite interesting. Emefiole's exit and the fireworks before suspension. Emefiole's exit and the fireworks before suspension. That story is on page 2 and 3 of the Nation newspaper this morning. We also have a story here that says, My Nigeria Air Story by ex-minister Siraka. That story is on page 6 of the Nation newspaper this morning. Now, there's a story here that says manufacturers' capacity utilization drops to 49% on high energy costs. That story is on page 20 of the Nation newspaper this morning. Subsidy palliatives, more buses for Oyo State. Free ride for peoples in Kwara. That story is on page 8 of the Nation newspaper this morning. I don't know, but if you ask me, I don't think I really like the idea of the free ride, because we live in a country where the rate of one chance, that's a topic I should talk about. One chance. People are vulnerable, and because the fact that people because of the situation, people will take advantage of it. They just come as trying to help you, and the next thing they take you for a ritual or something. So I don't think I'm buying the idea of this public transport free ride, right, because you might not know who is who.
It's true.
I think they should find another way out. That is just it. Anyway, that's all we can take from our reviews this morning. like I did promise, we'll go and come back with another broadcast, a special June 12th broadcast. For now, we'll wrap up the Good Morning Show. Thank you so much for being on the show this morning, Blessing. Thank you, viewers, for being with us. It's been a smooth ride. Before we go, don't forget our Nigerian Week London that is fast approaching. All you have to do is go to everbright.com and get your tickets, book your stand for that event, and make sure you leave a comment with us. Follow us on our social media handles.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay connected because we have a lot to offer to you.
Yes, a lot of interesting program. While you're at that, it's June 12 today. Stay at home, rest, and you can follow us via your mobile phone, via your TV or whatever. Just be at peace with yourself and do stay at alert as well. We don't forget to thank the men, the ladies behind the camera, the crew here, both here in London, here and in London. Thank you for all you do. We appreciate your time and your efforts as well. I remain yours truly, Princess KESSY.
And I am Blessing AKAN.
Yes, but just before we go, Blessing, how do you feel about Democracy Day?
I feel good. Even though I felt the democracy of the thing is not really working.
It's not working. Well, I bet to agree that it's not only you that have this mindset or this opinion, share this opinion. A lot of people also, other people share this same opinion that this is not the system we should be practicing. That is why we have a lot of people in our next show to stay connected. Remember, peace is priceless. So let's give peace a chance. Happy June 12th to you, viewers.
Hooray! It's Nigeria Week London 2023. This is a celebration of Nigerian foods, film, arts, culture, fashion, music, dance, and comedy. Also, there will be a comprehensive economic summit, exhibition of Nigerian organic agricultural produce, and a meritorious recognition performance awards to deserving Nigerians and industry icons. Nigeria Week will showcase